Hi everybody, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 20 of the MiniArt US Armored Tractor 1/35 scale. In this episode we're going to tackle that winch, or actually it's the pulleys that sit above the winch that are, I guess they're meant to be to where you can, pull from any direction that you want. But MiniArt's version of it is extremely weak. The parts just barely fit together and they fall apart really easily. So I've got a solution. I had to give this a lot of thought. I turned a few pieces up on the lathe this morning, and I've got it pretty much all figured out. I didn't record an awful lot of it, but I'll show you what's going on, and we'll see if we can get this put together, okay? Let's go down the bench. Okay, here are the parts that I made. I made 6 brass pieces to replace some of the plastic parts that came in the kit. Okay, I'll show you how they fit together here. I had to clearance the plastic parts just a little bit with a drill bit, but this is basically how it all is going to fit. It's going to all lock together real well once I get the pulley part reattached, which I'll show you next. Just finishing up a little soldering on my modification I'm making to this winch. I'll have it done shortly. What I'm doing is I'm exchanging those little pins for a tube that I can run a rod down through. I made up a little rod and I made up these pins this morning. Finish this up here real quick. Down on it a little bit, keep it where I want it. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I got one more. And here's the little pin, or the little rod. I'm using this board so I can kind of wedge the pieces together a little bit. Try and get the spacing about right. I've been working on this for the last hour or so this morning, maybe a couple hours, I don't know. I got up early and I've just been sitting here playing, making stuff on the lathe, and just generally having fun. Okay, turn it over and get the other side. These are still going to take a little cleanup and fitting, but give you the general idea. Always make sure your parts are clean, and always make sure you flux. Okay. That should do it. I took these all apart last night and I just stuck them in some acetone. That pin's a little more. Okay, there's that one. Okay. Let's see here. Here's our 4 pulleys with a little tube soldered on the back side of them. Okay, let me bring this stuff into focus here, or into shot anyway. Turn that solder iron off just a second, guys. Okay. I've still got some cleanup to do, but I'll give you a general idea of what I'm up to. These are going to need a little filing and a little fitting. Here's our, whoops, let's see. This is our kit parts. And that's the only parts that I'm going to be using. Well, I'm going to be using the little pins and pulleys. But I'm trying to go back over to the instructions just to make sure I'm in the right. Okay. These go to the bottom with a little angle to them. So what I'm doing is I'm putting at least what I'm planning on doing, I'm putting this here, and then this. Like I say, some of this is going to need a little fitting. And then this. That'll go the other way. Just a minute here. Okay, go ahead and do this. Let's see, that's going to be the next one. I'll clean up the joints and stuff real nice before I glue any of this stuff together. Come on. There we go. Just trying to keep this all in line. Then we've got these. Go on top of that. Okay, I can keep it all together, and then we've got this that'll go on top of that. There'll be one more piece glued in here, but There we go. Okay, basically exactly what we wanted. I need to clean these up, sand them a little bit. I need to put those pulleys back in. There may be a slight interference problem with the pulleys. I may have to modify them just a slight little bit, but you can kind of see where I'm headed with this. I'll set it in here. And we'll put them around this way. Okay, that gives you an idea. And I'll take a picture. Okay. Okay, and I'll put that on the screen someplace here in just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to shut the camera off, and I'm going to take this ball back apart, and I'm going to clean the joints and get all the solder flux and everything off of it and put it back together, and then I'll come back and show you what I've got here. Okay, be back real quick. Thanks. Okay, this has had plenty of time to dry now. It should be nice and straight. So what I'll be doing, if I can get a hold of these, these pins will go through. And then we've got each one of these is slightly different. I want to make sure I'm using the correct one. There's the one. Okay. And maybe I've got a little burr or something on there. Let's see. There we go. And then we want to use this one. If I get my fingers to work. Okay, and the pin's just a little bit longer. And obviously it's a little loose. Well, let's go from this side then. Up through there. And then through here. Here we go, like so. Okay, that's what we want. And I've actually got this one here I've got on the wrong side. I tried to put them to where the little peg is a certain direction, so let me swap that for the other one. That way when it goes together, it'll look better, I think. Okay. So those will be like that. Those will be like that. Okay, and then this one be the same way. Parts are just a little fiddly, but we'll get them. Okay. So when the model is built, these two will be close together. If I can get that to swing around. There we go. These two will be close together, and then these two will be stretched out. Okay. Pull that down a little bit. Oh, and one other thing I did before I put these together, I ran a little drill bit down beside the tube through the pulley because it was pretty close fit, and I wanted to make sure there was going to be room later when I came to putting a thread through there, just to make sure there was some clearance. So you'll never see it, but I think it'll make it a lot easier when it comes time to thread that string they provided. Okay, that's what I wanted. I'll put those flush on the top, and I'll put just a touch of super glue up there, and then I'll cut the bottoms just a little bit more, or file them, and I'll put some super glue on the bottom just to hold those pins in. But that's what I was after, just like that. These are all free to move, just like they were before, but they're not going to fall out now. That's for darn sure. Okay. Okay. That's what I had in mind. Okay. Let's go back to the other camera real quick. Okay, that's going to about do it for right now for the repair of the little pulleys here. Okay, I brought a set of shelves up from my basement yesterday. They're the kind that they're metal shelves you knock together, and I'm going to put those, I think, over here. I'm still kind of planning things. And then that filter should be sometime this afternoon, probably between, they said 3 and 4, I'm guessing. So when I get that, I'll start working on figuring out where I'm going to put it and getting it hooked up. But this is going to about do it for today, guys. I really appreciate you watching, and we'll continue on next time with something else. We've got plenty to do. We're going to be able to do some painting here very, very quickly. So looking forward to that. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.